So good evening, everybody. You're welcome to this week's market forecast by Trading Pro for the 22nd to 26th of July 2024. Trading Pro is an international multi-award winning broker. As you can see on my screen, it was founded in 2017 with an active monthly users of 250 million users. So why choose Trading Pro? Quick withdrawals, tight spreads, especially our rookie and Scoutex accounts are swap and spread free, exceptional customer service, swift account approval within 15 to 20 minutes of your upload of a valid means of ID. Your account is normally approved between 15 to 20 minutes. So also for the withdrawal, we have a minimum deposit as low as $1, but I wouldn't advise that. Then we have a high leverage of 1:2,000, and all our clients' information is encrypted and protected at all times. Our Lagos office our Nigeria office is at number 2 Allen Tonyo-Okpebi roundabout at Buffalo building. That's the building that houses Fidelity Bank at that roundabout. So if you wish to check us out, you could come in there and say hello on the first floor. Trading Pro Nigeria Limited. So without taking so much of our time, let's get down to what we have on the chart. As always, we're going to start off with the economic calendar. Looking at what we have on the economic calendar, Monday is a little bit calm, but Monday a little bit calm. No major news during London and New York session. Tuesday, we have New York session, medium impact news. On Wednesday, we have lots of high impact news for the euro, especially for the British pound, the Canadian, and the US dollar. It seems everybody is releasing their flash manufacturing PMI. So it's going to be that. Then on Wednesday, we also have rate news coming out. That's rate news coming out for the Canadian dollar, so going to be a heavy mover. Then Thursday, we have advanced GDP on the US dollar. Then Friday, we also have core PCE price index. So next week, we have some economic mover. So without taking so much of our time, let's get down to what we have on the chart. As always, we're going to start off with the EURGBP, the US 100, the dollar index, the EURUSD, GBPUSD, gold, pound yen, and euro yen. So we're going to start off with the EURGBP. Looking at the EURGBP from the weekly time frame, this pair for now is still bearish. We have a close below this swing low at 83.97. So since price has swept this low, there is going to be a retracement back into the broken range. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we'll be looking at price to fill in any of these daily imbalances, that's this daily fair value gap, and possibly continue to the downside. So that's what we'll be watching on the 4-hour, because we already have a bearish formation on the 4-hour, which points to the fact that this fair value gap on this 4-hour might be taken out, then probably coming into the range between 84.60 to 84.38. Then if price gets rejected from here, then we might see a continuation to the downside. But for now, we might see bullish movements on the euro going into the new week. The next pair we're going to be looking at is the US 100. The US 100 on the weekly, this pair still has a bullish outlook. This pair still has a bullish outlook with 16,969 intact. This pair is still bullish on the weekly. On the daily, price has a swing high, which points to the fact that we might be seeing a retracement on this pair on the daily, which is currently in play, as the swing low necessary to switch the bias on the daily is at 18,187.0. But if we go to the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame is very bearish. So price has swept this low, but price didn't close below it. Price didn't sweep it. Price came very close to it. So what we'll be waiting for on this pair is for this pair to continue bearish. I'll prefer it doesn't sweep this low at 19,458. I'll prefer it retraces first, then gets rejected from the internal imbalance. That's probably this range. If I go down to the 1-hour, the range is going to become clear. That's between 19,770 to 19,972. That's this range low to this range high. A retracement in there and a rejection to continue to the downside. But if price closes above 19,972, then we might see a steeper retracement into the range between 2012.9 to 2059.1. So for now, this pair is bearish on the 1 hour and 4 hour. We'll be looking to sell into rallies as long as you don't get a close above 19,972.3. So that's what we have on the euro, on the US 100. The next pair we're going to be looking at is the dollar index. We're going to start off from the weekly. Looking at this pair from the weekly, we have a sweep of all these lows here, and price has closed back into the range. A sweep of all these lows and a move into this fair value gap. We can see price has closed back outside that fair value gap. So what does that mean? It means that going into the new week, we might see a retracement into any of these fair value gaps. Most certainly, this fair value gap between 104.55 and 104.98, price is going to close it. That's what we most likely might see into this week, because on the daily, this pair is bearish. We have a body close below 103.88. So any retracement on this pair might offer opportunities for selling. But for now, this pair on the 1 hour is pointing to the fact that we might see price take out 104.51. So what I would prefer is, because if price closes above this high, it's going to create a bullish breakout, which is a bullish reversal pattern. So I prefer it retrace first and continue to the upside. If I put back my annotations, this is what we have. This is the previous week high. So I prefer a retracement and then a move to sweep this high first. But if price sweeps this on the 4 hour and closes above it, then you have a bullish breaker in play, which means that we have a 4 hour reversal and price may be gunning for 105.20. So we need to see what Monday does, because already on the 1 hour, we have a bullish breaker in play, which happened here. So we're waiting to see what price does on the 4 hour time frame. If it closes above here on the 4 hour first without dropping, then we'll decide our next line of action. But going into this new week, this pair might still retrace before moving back to the downside. The next pair we're going to be looking at is the Euro USD. Just like the dollar index, if we look at this pair on the daily, we have a break above this high. But if you look at it on the weekly shows rejection, a failure to close above this high at 109.17. But on the daily, we seem to have a close above it. But if you look at the daily, we have a bearish railway track here. So this points to the fact that we might see a move down into this daily fair value gap between 108.61 to 1.0830. So we might see a move into this fair value gap before a continuation on the Euro USD to the upside. But for now, we'll be just like the dollar index is staying above its high. This is staying above this low. So we need to see what price does first before a continuation on this pair. But for now, this pair is tilted to the upside. A break of 1.0871 on the 4 hour will signal a bearish breaker, and any retracement on it might be suspect and send price lower. But we'll need to see what price does on Monday first. The next pair we're going to be looking at is the GBPUSD. The GBPUSD is clearer than the EURUSD because of the strength on the EURGBP. As you can see, we have a bearish breaker here. So on this pair, we'll be watching for a retracement into 29.37 to 30.44, a rejection there and a move lower. So that's what we have on this pair. So this pair, you'll be waiting for a retracement and a move lower to possibly sweep 1.2900. But if price does not sweep this low first, our initial bearish outlook is valid. If price doesn't sweep the low first, we prefer a retracement to the upside and a move back down. The next pair we're going to be looking at is gold. Gold on the weekly time frame is bullish, although we have a rejection here. On the daily, if you remember what I said about gold last week, I said this range that price has broken out of, it's going to do exactly that same range to the upside. And if you look at what price has done, it came short of that level by almost 40 pips. It came short of that level by almost 40 pips. It did 24.83 and that high came in at 24.87. So you can see the accuracy of it. So for now, we are looking at a bearish retracement before a continuation to the upside. But on the 4-hour, this pair is clearly bearish. We'll be watching to see what price does at this week, because on the daily, it's a bullish order block. This last down close candle is a bullish order block. So if price does not take out the low, the possibility exists that we might be seeing a bullish run going into the new week before a continuation to the downside. Then the next pair we're going to be looking at is pound yen. Looking at pound yen, this pair is on the daily time frame. It still has its bullish outlook because the swing low is 197.20. Once this is broken on the daily, this will continue to the downside. But on the 4-hour, we have a bearish setup with the break above here. So 1 hour is telling us that price is retracing slightly to the upside. We might see a bit of a retracement into this range of 205.78 to 204.13. So if we see a retracement into there, probably to this fair value gap rejection, then we'll see a move back to the downside. But for now, we might see bullish run going into pound yen, going into the new week. Then the next is the euro yen. Looking at the euro yen, the same view. We have a bearish outlook on this pair for now, because as price is retracing, retracing for now on the daily. But it's not yet bearish until we close below 167.52. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see a break below 171.45. So we might see a retracement into this range before a continuation to the downside. We have this big 4-hour fair value gap. So price may close it up before a continuation to the downside. So that wraps it up for this week. I hope that wraps it up for this week. Wishing everybody a blessed weekend ahead and a lovely trading week. So thank you all for taking your time to attend, and goodbye.